In the meantime, Osama Bin Laden's death is welcomed by the Council on American-Islamic Relations, or CAIR for short. It is the United States' most prominent Muslim civil rights organization.
CAIR's leadership says Bin Laden has been eliminated as a threat to America and the world. The group's going to hold a news conference in Washington, D.C. at 10 o'clock St. Louis time. And we've got Faizan Syed. He is CAIR's St. Louis representative joining us this morning. A graduate of Drake in political science. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, good morning. Thank you for having me.
You were actually watching Pakistani TV last night when you learned of this.
Right, yeah. I was watching Pakistani television last night when they actually showed Bin Laden was killed inside of Pakistan, and they actually were showing the city where the helicopter, one of the helicopters, it fell down and it was shot down. So they were showing the fire of the helicopter. They were showing people's reactions inside of Pakistan.
So what about some Americans who may think, why was he in Pakistan? President Obama made it very clear in his speech last night that the Pakistani government aided in this operation. What are your thoughts on that?
I assume that Bin Laden was in Pakistan because Pakistan might be a better area to hide in. As you know, the United States military is inside of Afghanistan, so it's not really a place to hide. Many people assume that he was on the border between Pakistan and Afghanistan, but that is the side of about New Jersey, and that place is always monitored by drones. So the only safe location is the areas of Pakistan that aren't very well controlled by the government of Pakistan itself. So that's probably why he was in Pakistan.
Do you believe government officials knew? I mean, it's a very complicated web of relationships in Pakistan, wouldn't you say?
Right. Well, it's too early to know whether government officials knew or didn't know. Pakistan itself is a country whose government is disassociated with the society. Many of the government officials don't really have any real sympathy or attachment to the society. And there's a lot of corruption inside of Pakistan government itself. So as of right now, it's really too early to tell whether the government had any connections or whether they knew he was there or he wasn't there. It's easy to hide in Pakistan.
We mentioned earlier about so many regimes in the Middle East falling, Libya, Egypt, and now Osama bin Laden has been killed. What do you think this is going to do with the relationship between the U.S. and the Middle East?
Well, between the U.S. and the Middle East, unfortunately, bin Laden has been a side figure for the last 5-6 years now. Many people really haven't been talking about Osama bin Laden. He's kind of left the public image and thought, even to the extent that he's no longer in charge of Al-Qaeda. He doesn't really have any connection with Al-Qaeda except that he's the symbolic leader. So now that he's gone, maybe the symbolism is that it is possible to win, it is possible to find these people, it is possible to bring people who are guilty of crimes to justice, and there's nowhere really in the world for them to hide.
And I think what a lot of people forget is that Osama bin Laden was responsible for the deaths of countless Muslims.
Right, yes, Osama bin Laden has also targeted Muslim facilities, targeted governments of Muslim countries as well. So again, the Muslim community inside of America, they're very prone to justice. They want justice in the world. It doesn't matter whether you attack Americans, whether you attack Muslims, as long as justice is brought to these people, regardless of the attacker, or regardless of the attack, this is what the Muslim community cares about. So we're actually very grateful that justice has been brought.
One hopes for peaceful days ahead.
Of course. Yeah. And we look forward to that news conference later on today from your organization. We appreciate your time this morning.
All right, thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you very much.
Faizan Syed.